Okay, for now, let's have multiplication and division of functions. But before that, I will discuss first different rules that you are going to use in performing multiplication and division on functions. So let's have the different laws of exponents wherein a should not be equal to 0 and b should not be equal also to 0. So unahin na natin yung product rule. This rule states that if you are going to multiply exponents having the same bases, you just copy the base and then you add the exponents. So for instance, we have x raised to 5 times x raised to 2. So we copy the base x and then we're going to add the exponents 5 plus 2. X raised to 5 plus 2, that is equal to x raised to 7. Now, let's have the quotient rule. For quotient rule, it states that if you are going to divide exponents having the same bases, you just copy the base and you subtract the exponents. So, for example, x raised to 5 divided by x raised to 2, it will become x raised to 5 minus 2. 5 minus 2 is equal to 3, so we have x raised to 3. Next naman ay ang power rule, an exponent with another exponent. So, a raised to x raised to y. For the power rule, we simply multiply the two exponents na meron sila. So, for example, we have x raised to 5 raised to 2. So, we have x raised to 5 times 2. It will become x raised to 10. Then for power of a product rule, that is also equal to a raised to x times b raised to x. So as you can see, the exponent was distributed dun sa dalawang variable. For instance, we have quantity x times y raised to 2. So the answer will be x squared times y squared. Just in case no, na merong value sa loob or numbers yung mga nasa loob na yan, may dalawa kayong option. Pwedeng i-distribute ninyo itong exponent muna bago ninyo i-perform yung operation, or pwede naman na ipag-multiply muna ninyo yung dalawang nasa loob bago ninyo i-perform ang exponent. Kagaya nitong mga example na to. Okay, for power of a fraction rule, we have quantity a over b raised to x. That is also equivalent to a raised to x divided by b raised to x. For example, we have quantity x over y raised to 2. So it will become x squared divided by y squared. Then for 0 exponent, we have a raised to 0 is equal to 1. Okay, tandaan, any variable or term or value that is raised to 0, ang sagot lang dyan ay 1. Kahit pa po yan ay 1 million, 1 billion, or 1 trillion, that is always equal to 1 as long as the exponent is 0. Now, let's have the negative exponent because there are times when we apply quotient rule for exponents, no, kakalabasan minsan ay negative ang exponent. So, what we are going to do is to find its reciprocal. Just in case na whole number yung nag-negative ang exponent, as we all know, ang denominator lagi nun ay 1. So, for its reciprocal, we have 1 over a raised to x. Okay, for example, we have x raised to 2 divided by x raised to 5. Applying quotient rule, we have x raised to 2 minus 5. So, it will become x raised to negative 3. So, since negative ang exponent niya, we are going to apply this rule. We find its reciprocal. So, that is 1 over x raised to 3. So, for fractional exponent, we can convert it in a radical form. Let's say, for instance, we have x raised to 3 over 4. Its radical form is 4th root of x raised to 3. Kapag ganito ang given, yung denominator dito sa exponential form natin ay siyang magiging value ng index sa ating radical form. And then yung numerator naman dito ay magiging exponent ng ating radicand. Yung radicand ay yung term inside the radical sign. Okay, let's have multiplication of function. Okay, given that we have f of x is equal to x squared minus 1, g of x is equal to x plus 1, and h of x is equal to x minus 1. What is f times g of x? So that is also equivalent to f of x times g of x. So kunin natin kung ano man yung mga function na yan. F of x, that is x squared minus 1 times g of x, that is x plus 1. So by multiplying, we have x squared times x, that is x cubed, x squared times 1, that is x squared, negative 1 times x, that is negative x, and negative 1 times positive 1, that is negative 1. So, meron ba tayong mga like terms na pwede nating ipag-combine? Since wala naman, that is already our answer. X cubed plus x squared minus x minus 1. Okay, how about g times h of x? So that is also g of x times h of x. Our g of x is x plus 1, and then h of x, that is x minus 1. So performing the indicated operation, we have x times x, that is x squared, x times negative 1, that is negative x, positive 1 times x, that is positive x, and then positive 1 times negative 1, that is negative 1. So as you can see on this part, meron tayong like terms, that is negative x and positive x. So ito, pag pinag-minus natin, 0 na ang magiging value niya or may eliminate na siya. So we have now x squared minus 1. Okay, now proceed naman tayo sa division of functions. So our given functions are the following. F of x is equal to 30x cubed, g of x is equal to 6x, h of x is equal to x squared minus 1, and I of x is equal to x plus 1. So let's have first f over g of x. So that is also f of x divided by g of x. So our f of x, that is 30x cubed, and then g of x, that is 6x. So for this one, we have 30 divided by 6, that is 5, and then x cubed divided by x, that is x squared. So paano nangyari yun? Applying quotient rule, no? We have 3 minus 1, yung sa exponent, 3 minus 1, that is 2. So we have 5x raised to 2. Okay, second example, we have h over I of x, or simply h of x divided by I of x. H of x is x squared minus 1, and then I of x is x plus 1. So as you can see in our given, siya ay in a quadratic form. So kapag ganito, you examine first, no, yung inyong given, baka siya ay may mga factors. So kung sakaling siya ay may mga factors, you factor out first before you proceed in performing the operation. So x squared minus 1, that is factorable to x minus 1 and x plus 1. So as you can see dito sa given natin, may pwede tayong i-cancel out. Kaya it's important na nakakapag-factor out. So x plus 1 divided by x plus 1, that is already equal to 1. So eliminate na natin siya. So what we have left now is x minus 1. So that's all for this video. I hope you'll find time to explore more about the operations because we cannot discuss everything here, no? Just like yung mga techniques in factoring the equations, it will be a big help for you to save time in performing different operations.